Hey there everybody, this is Shadigo and it's been a while since I've done one of these. Welcome to Pokemon Sun / Moon Special Demo version. This was released yesterday, the 18th of October. And, well, I wanted to give it a try. I wasn't originally going to do this as a blind sort of thing, just so I could actually see the things for the first time. I got bored waiting for Dead or Alive 5 to load up all the DLC and content and stuff, and by the time I actually finished doing the content stuff, I'd actually finished the demo. So really, this is probably isn't actually going to take all that long. It's probably going to take about half an hour, but yeah, I kind of know what's going to happen and everything. It's just me sort of being amazed at the new features that they're adding in. I obviously want to play it in English, otherwise I'll never be able to understand it. Anyway, everything's preset for this. I don't get to change my name or anything. But basically the protagonist is the male protagonist, and he's called Sun. And well, here we are leaving the house because apparently we've got some mail or something. Well, sure enough, there is some mail. I have mail as well. I was like, dear Son, if you're reading this letter, then you've already arrived in the Aloha region. Hope you're not too tired from the move. Is that Greninja I left for you doing okay? That Pokemon loves the heat, so it should enjoy having some hot Pokemon battles in the heat of Aloha. I said I must have forgotten to write their name. Seems it can't be found on the letter or the envelope. But yeah, we actually do start off with a Greninja. I'll look at its stats as soon as we actually get control here. And yeah, for some reason, instead of starting at the start of town, we actually start. I think this is probably the equivalent of the Lumios from the previous generation. I do hear that you can actually customise your trainer just like in Generation 6, which I think is a good idea. I really did like the customization options in Generation 6, even though I haven't actually used them in my playthrough all that much. Well, I kind of have been eventually, but yeah, essentially we actually moved, well, our protagonist here actually moved to the Aloha region from Kanto. We don't know what Kanto is. What the hell are you doing here? Go do something else. Kanto is actually the place where the Generation 1 games actually started. Well, we could potentially talk to everybody. One thing I actually noticed, I'm pressing the D-pad right now, you don't actually control your player character with the D-pad, it's all circle pad. You hold B to run, A to talk to people. Have the things here. We only have two options here, open a bag. There's actually nothing in the bag. Going to slightly spoil it now. But the only item I'm going to get is a Super Potion. And unless I get beaten pretty bad, which I really shouldn't be, I'm not going to be using that Super Potion. But anyway, this Greninja, it's level 36, so it has potentially recently just evolved. So that's when Greninja evolved. The original trainer is Ash for some reason, so yeah, we have that. It's got Water Shuriken, Aerial Ace, Double Team, Night Slash, so decent moves. It actually shows off its all the things on the IVs and stuff as well. I'd still prefer Greninja to be a special attacker, but this one's purely this one's not really going to learn anything unless you like grind a lot, and I'll be honest, you don't need to grind for completing this demo. But I'm hoping its attacks like enough to deal with anything that's around here. Hardy nature, I don't know about that. I only know like the ones that really matter, like adamant, modest, timid nature. They're the only ones I kind of sort of remember. There's a mashup here for no reason, and there's doors here that don't do anything. But I'll be honest, you don't really need to talk to everybody here. It's just like NPCs. Basically, once you get near the exit, then cutscene happens. At first, I thought it was like, maybe it's like Star Trek syndrome. You have to talk to everybody before things happen, but no, you just have to approach the door. And we meet this dude who's called How. He seems to always like being in that pose for some reason. Anyways, I like, yo, go play with the local kids. I was actually going to say local wildlife there, but I think that might be a little bit offensive. Also, she seems to like doing that that little wave there. Alright, dude, chill out. It would be nice to actually know the layout of the land. Oh dear, who are those nutcases over there? I might have. Oh yeah, this is Team Skull, and I kind of like that they walk like hard people. And well, yeah, they're just like dogs, basically. They're like the typical team dogs. It even says we're just hard. And it's like, yeah, you kind of move the way that you're a hard person, but you're not really a hard person, no, you're just a wuss. I have a counter argument. How about no? Also, they do like weird hand movements, and like the theme music for them is kind of like the same as well. Like, sort of fits them, like sort of like R&B, hip hoppy stuff. And like just typical white rap trash, I guess. Eventually doing that arms pose though. At least all Team Flowers was like just one silly pose instead of like 500. But alright, it's our first battle, and I think this it's a young goose, which I think is a normal type. So I'm not really having a clue what to do here. Actually, we actually see that they've redone the bottom screen now. It actually shows you the two Pokemon in the thing. I never actually touched them, and like I've not actually seen this bottom screen before. It's actually showing you whether like stat modifiers, which is quite nice. It's like it's nice to know. It also shows the ability of the Battle Bomb, which is it's unique to this particular Greninja. I'm sure it'll show up in Event Greninja as well. But yeah, I'm thinking Stab Knight Slash will do this thing, and if it doesn't outright kill it, then I'm pretty sure that if it crits, then it definitely is going to kill. But yeah, that young goose is like no trouble at all. And then the Team Skullman was like, what the heck? I lost like ridiculously easy. To be fair, it's a young goose. It's probably like one of the first Pokemon I encounter in like the game that's probably stats are going to stick. Look guys, you're not from Jet Set Radio, you shouldn't really be doing that sort of thing. I probably could actually beat the pair of you. Let's be honest here. Yes, it is a Greninja. It's pretty great. Probably one of my favourite Chaos Pokemon, let's be honest. That's like the main reason I actually chose it from my start for the X playthrough. But yeah, it actually going to show us where the Pokemon Center is. I actually know where it is, but I never really actually talked to people. I just went to the place and stuff. I don't know what a Malasada is. It's probably some sort of Hawaiian thing. Also, a new thing is that you have to open the door. You have to press A to open the door. Don't have your Slowpoke aside for something. It's not. It's A. It's not going to end well, and B. It's going to take a while. But I can assume. I want to talk to this guy here. I don't think he's talkable. But that's probably something we can do right in the main game. But yeah, anyway, let's just go to the Pokemon Center. Nobody really says anything interesting, as far as I know. It was kind of when I got to the Pokemon Center. I do like the look of the Pokemon Center now. It's like if you kind of look at it from like an aerial point of view, it kind of looks like Pokeball. But he was kind of like the first thing I realised. Oh, I have to press A to open the door into the Pokemon Center. Usually I just walk in. Just like the previous generation, the shop's also in here as well. Can't buy anything in the shop, so there's not really that much use to it. And here's the only item we get in this game. Well, in this demo at least. Like I said, it's very likely I'm not going to use it unless I absolutely positively get my ass handed to me. I believe there's also no Pokeballs, so you can't actually catch anything else, so there's that. Keep trying to use the D-pad to move around. It's kind of what I prefer. There's Cafe. I don't know what this Cafe does, but kind of a meta joke there, saying he's going to come back in about a month, which is kind of funny because the main game's actually coming out in like about a month's time, so there we go. Anyway, we're going to be meeting Professor Cuckoo. I'm just going to call him Cuckoo because yeah, that name's kind of hard to pronounce. Like Cuckoo-y. I'm just going to call him Cuckoo. Complain all you want in the comments. But I'm kind of assuming this is the professor of this region. Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, it must be because he's called the professor. It kind of looks like the main gimmick for Sun and Moon is going to be about Pokemon moves. Yeah, when I entered to those, I kind of saw them off. You don't mess with a ninja, especially a frog ninja. But yeah, there's also trials. I know I think this was a gimmick that was recently announced. How would you want to give a Machamp Focus Blast? Focus Blast is a special move, and Machamp's special. Isn't that great? Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, if you said, what's a trial though, it'll just be like, oh hey, you do a thing. goes to this place and you do a thing, or something like that. So again, I don't think anybody really says anything interesting. It's like, yo, go to 10 carat. It's basically just boils down to yo, go to 10 carat hill. You can stay here and talk to everybody, but yeah, that's essentially the gist of everything. Can go back with this guy if you like want to heal and stuff, but I don't think you really need to heal. And well, this is pretty much like sort of like one of the routes in the game. But because you can't really catch Pokemon, and there's not really any need for grinding. I'm not really going to visit much. I might just see. Well, I got this first step encounter in the when I was doing this before, and I got the same exact encounter as well. So, I kind of do wonder if there's like anything else here other than the picky packs. So I might just have a quick wander in the grass just to see whether there is anything else interesting here. Well, rock crypts as well. I think they're rock types, so I think they get demolished with water shuriken. Well, they should do anyway. A lot of the animations are similar to Generation 6. Also, you've noticed that whenever something's hit with super effective, the HP bar shakes a little bit. There's also another thing. I think it only happens if you've seen a Pokemon before. Like, I can use this gem juice as an example. Is that when you check a move that does damage, it actually says whether it's effective, not very effective, or super effective. And you can actually, if you tap the information button, the I button, so I just tap the one for, I tap the one for Night Slash. You tap the one for Night Slash, it actually gives you the thing, like power, accuracy and stuff. I believe in Generation 6 you had to hold L before while selecting a move for it to do that. But you don't actually have to do that for this, you can just press the information button, which is... They've really just made things a lot convenient as far as like the menu interface is concerned, and I like it. I do wonder though, I think I complained about this in my Pokemon X playthrough, about hidden power, whether it actually about hidden power. You know how that can basically be any of the main types. I don't think there's anything else here, by the way. But whenever it's in the your battle menu, it always shows up as normal. And unless I actively knew what it was, if I actually bothered remembering what it was, whether it's like hidden power grass or something, then I won't know what it was until I actually use hidden power and realise I'm using it on a fire type and it's not very effective, and then I'm just going to have a bad day because I'm going to die. But I'm really hoping that when if it is going to be a thing, have hidden power show what type it actually is in the fight move list. I don't need any more experience. I'm going to get out of here. There is also a trainer battle, it's like up there. Oh, this lady's going to actually show us where it is. It isn't her. There's this guy here throwing a Pokeball thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to sit here and first person that walks past, I'm going to challenge him to a fight. Well, you know what? I'm just going to talk to you. And regardless of, I find it funny that regardless of whether you've taught them or not. They do the exclamation point thing. Did that in the original my original run of this demo. It just amused me, so I decided to do it again. Obviously, you can just walk in front of them and they'll still challenge you. But yeah, Water Stroke is the way to go with this thing. Oh wow, it didn't actually one shot. Not that it's particularly what do we call it? Not that it really matters. Usually, Water Shuriken hits like 3 times. Like on average, like those multi-hit moves generally hit like 3 times. Oh, so you should. Let's go into the cave and do our little trial thing. Alrighty then. Somehow I doubt that. I at least met 3 of them, and I got about these 2. And we get the Pokefinder, which kind of now this is the thing that was seen in some promotional art, and it looked like a Rotom had possessed it. I don't think a Rotom actually possesses it. They also showed this gimmick off. It's basically Pokemon Snap 2. And we're also going to get a Pikachu as well, because why not? We have a Pikachu. Well, I don't really know about that. I don't think we really need to use him apart from like one scripted battle, quote unquote. Oh yeah, we're gonna actually see where the first one is. I may as well show off the Pikachu that we get. It's level 40, it's high level, but it's a Pikachu, it's generally weaker. And just like in Generation 6 has its anime cry. Not particularly great apart from Stab Thunderbolt. I don't really care much for anything else really. Remember that it does have Thunderbolt because it's kind of a thing. But yeah, these holes, you fire up the Pokefinder. Well, it tells you can do it with the circle pad, but you can actually use gyro controls as well. Either way, line the thing up in the cross and take a picture. And for some reason these things always attack you when you take a picture. I don't know whether that's going to be a gimmick for every time you do this, but we'll have to wait and see for the full game. But anyway, these things are Dragon type, so Water Shuriken won't really do anything to them, so it's either going to be Night Slash or Aerial Ice. For this particular one, I'd probably recommend a Night Slash. We're actually also going to see its evolved form as well, which was the other Pokemon that the professor was talking about. And if you've actually seen the trailers already, you'll know that it's well, it's a bit late to tell me that. It's also a bit late to tell me that. Like I said, the evolved form of this, if you've not seen the trailers, which actually showed off its evolved form, is actually part fighting type. Yeah, that's another one of these holes. These kind of get a little bit trickier. I think this one moves. Kind of might be a good idea to like use gyro for that one. The gyro control. But yeah, this one's the same as the first. Like I said, you can't catch Can't catch anything in this demo, so might as well just kill it. And not with water shuriken like a numpty. Well, at least we can see what its attack's going to be. Fine, water shuriken doesn't hit 5 times and crap. And so after all that time, all it did was lay. That's the thing. Alright, fine, I'll waste an aerial PP on you then. Get out of here. I would have liked you to use an offensive move, that would have been a thing. All the while, battle boost that Greninja's ability has been charging all the time here. And I think it eventually charges up once we level up anyway. But there's the third hole we have to go and take under. There's also a ledge here. If you jump over that ledge, you've got to go around and do everything all over again because you can't go back over here. I think here's where we're going to be finding the evolved form of Jangamo, or yeah, it does. This thing moves actually pretty fast, so good time is kind of needed. Now, like I said, this thing's part fire type, so Aerial should be able to deal with that. And then again, it's also an evolved Pokemon, so it might not even do that. Well, alright, it did most of the damage. And it is actually going to hit me. I think when I did this one the first time, I think Aerial is correct, so didn't really get to do anything to me then. So that's 3 Pokemon, there's just one more, and well, the game's showing us where it is. So let's go find it. I don't think there's nothing else here, just a giant chasm of spikes. Don't want to fall in though. But anyway, there's literally one more Pokemon right in front of us, even though we can't really see it. You might think, oh, it might be flying around, it might be like the final evolution of Pokemon we've been seeing. But no, it's not the case. It's just like right here, just chilling. And oh dear, it looks like we've been spotted. Oh no, what are we going to do? So yeah, this is a totem Pokemon, which actually raises its special defense, which is useless because this is a physical Greninja, essentially. Just like the other one, it's still dragon fighting, so I really should two-shot it unless it crits. It pretty much used the same move, but the thing with totem Pokemon is it's also able to summon other Pokemon. In this case, it's summoned a Rockruff. I don't know what else it summons because I decided I don't particularly want to be swarmed in a fight. So, especially when I know for a fact I don't have anything that can hit multiple enemies at the same time. So, get rid of the thing that spawns the enemies and then just take out the rest of the things. But hey, Battle Bond is activated, which means now we get Ash Greninja. And in case you didn't know, Ash had a Froakie which eventually evolved into Greninja. And for some reason it's able to turn into Ash Greninja. Basically, all this actually does is it powers up Water Shuriken, which means this thing's probably going to die in like one hit. So it might be of use. It kind of makes Water Shuriken like a little bit more useful on this particular Greninja than it is for like a Greninja you start off with in Pokemon X. And that's actually the only time we're probably going to see Ash Greninja, because there's literally one more battle we have left. And, well, we don't really need to use Ash Greninja for it. Yeah, I got that thing. And then we get the Z-Ring. Z-Ring is pretty much the Mega Bracelet of Generation 6. But it also allows you to use particularly unique moves, depending on what certain like gems you put in it. But the Z-Ring also is, spoilers, it can be used for Mega Evolutions as well. So you can still Mega Evolve your Pokemon even if you trade them over to this generation. But Z-Ring plus C Crystal equals some certain insane moves. And, well, it gave us the Electroom, which gives us a unique electric type move if a Pokemon has an electric type move. Guess what Pokemon has? It has an electric type move. Oh look, these two Nimrods are back. Still thinking they're hard. But yeah, they brought backup with them this time. So now we get to meet one of the Team Skull admins. She probably thinks she's hard as well. Her hairstyle kind of reminds me of Loverina from which one of the GameCube games was it? Was it XD? I think it was XD. Yeah, Loverina was in, wasn't it? I honestly don't know. Actually, I am a trainer that can get things done. And once again, the Team Skull guys are just freaking out. It's like, yo, 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 why are you not challenging this nerd to a battle? And it's like, you're incompetent fools. Of course I'm not being a wuss. But yeah, the Pikachu can use the Z power now since it has an electric type move. Alternatively, we could use Ash Greninja, but it's not really needed. Also, it doesn't have anything that could effectively kill the Pokemon that this Team Skull admin sends out. So basically, a Team Skull admin person has a Golbat, and I know for a fact that I don't think I can one-shot a Golbat with my Greninja with Water Shuriken. To be honest, I could probably one-shot it with Thunderbolt because it's stabbed, but I may as well show off the new thing. Gigavolt Havoc. I actually don't know what it actually does. Oh wow, 175 power. So what is that? I think, is that a multiplier of the move? I don't know, I can't remember what power Thunderbolt actually is. So that might be worth it for using those low accuracy, high power moves, like Hydro Pump and Thunder and etc. Just having them, just so you can use these things like Gigavolt Havoc, and just have them be like ridiculously powerful. I mean, 175 via Thunderbolt. It's probably going to be like plus 200 with Thunder. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I could have done it with the Thunderbolt on its own, but yeah, I need to show off the new thing. Well, it was fun for this one. It's probably not going to be once I get the full game. I probably will. Are you sure about that? I kind of just one-shot her only Pokemon. Bunch of nads. Get out of here. And essentially, this is the demo. That was actually the last fight. That literally the last thing we could have done. But the nice thing about this demo is once Sun Moon actually comes out properly next month, the Greninja we actually used in the demo here, we can actually transfer it to the main game. We can use it in the main game as well. So it's a free Greninja. And if you're getting this pretty much day one, there's also the Munchlax you can get from the mystery gift, which is going to have its own Z crystal. So that's at least two. That's at least two Pokemon you might have straight away. I doubt you probably have Greninja straight away since it's level 37, and it's probably not going to. Pretty much like he was a trainer, so there's that. It's like, yo, we'll save some of that for the people who are like new to this place. I can only assume that Ho is probably going to be like the rival for this game, even though it doesn't really show it. But anyway, enjoy this cinematic. I've been Shadigo, this has been Let's Try the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo, and I will see you later. Ciao!